Hello everyone, I'm EpicYoshiMaster, and I'm here today with Splatoon 3 Side Order. Now, if you've seen the category for this run, you may be very confused at, like, what is Peach Percent? No one knows what Peach Percent is. Well, our goal today is going to be making a Peach with the Side Order palette. How do we do that? How does any of that work? We'll talk about that later. But for the moment, if you aren't familiar with Side Order, essentially your goal is to climb this 30-floor tower called the Spire of Order. It's a roguelike mode. We're going to be collecting color chips and stuff to help increase our power. Before we get started, can we introduce all our commentators here? Who do we have?
Hi, I'm Hood Owl. I do things sometimes.
I'm Kale Chip / Seafood Chip, and the things I do are be mentally ill about Splatoon.
I am Co-Siren. I am completely normal about Perlina.
Alrighty. Well, with that, we're just gonna get straight into it. Time will start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Woo.
Okay, so I've given you the premise. We're going to make a Peach in Side Order. If you saw the palette, you might have thought, well, that looks more like, I don't know, an orange. We have limitations here. There's only so good we can make a Peach.
We take what we can get.
Yeah.
All of the color chips that we collect are organized into different categories. Each color corresponds to a different type of upgrade. For example, the red-looking chips correspond to power. The purple chips are support. Orange is range. Blue is mobility. The lime green is lucky, and the light teal-ish is drone. All of these upgrade our stuff in different ways, and if you're playing normally, then you're usually picking stuff for what helps you the most in getting your upgrades. But here we're just trying to pick chips in a very specific order that will allow us to make pictures. It's like a fun sort of category. I call them palette arts. I've done a bunch of these before in the past. For example, for Flame Fatales, I did one that was essentially an FF with a purple background and FF in the purple and orange colors. So I thought it'd be fun to bring a custom category here to MomoCon.
Hooray.
Who knows?
Now, secretly, on my second monitor here that you can't really see, I have this palette planner up, and this will essentially let me keep track of where I am in my palette. It's a custom website that I made myself. The Side Order palette planner. It's still work in progress, but I had a lot of fun making it. But I'm gonna need some help here. Can someone explain to me what in the world Side Order is? What are we doing here? What's going on?
Sorry. Well, I was gonna start by explaining the fact that normally, for the speedrun, for the fastest possible time in Side Order, usually the palette that people tend to lean towards is Marie's, the one with the charger, because pretty much when you upgrade it to max, it has the best abilities that'll let you just clear the floor within seconds, such as quick charge and range, which essentially just turns the weapon into a Grisco charger. So especially things on fleeing enemy floors, you can just shoot them and the floor will be over in a second. The in-game time will show just 1 or 2 seconds. But unfortunately, we're not doing that because. Another thing about Side Order runs is that normally we don't want to pick Zones floors because Zones floors are pretty set in terms of how long they take and aren't just ones that you can finish the objective in a second. But since we're going for colors and not exactly well, I mean, if I say not exactly the fastest, it makes it sound like we're not doing a speed run, but trust us, it is.
It's a speed run, but okay, we have to make it pretty first, speed run second.
It's a pretty run.
We're artists.
This is our art. We continue.
Where would you like me to go from here?
Well, I guess we could talk about, the reason we're not doing the palette that, the speedrunners would be doing, which is Marie's palette, it's the charger. So the reason we're not doing that is each palette has a color chip bias. Essentially, they will get 2 categories of color chips with, greater frequency than others. For this palette, the color chip bias is for mobility chips and range chips, which are exactly what we're looking for. Now, I'm trying to get a range chip here, which is the secondary bias, and the game is not cooperating. Oh, a double.
Nice.
Okay, that's one of the fun mechanics here. You can get sometimes the game will give you 2 of a chip as one, and if you can get that and it works perfectly with the palette you're trying to create, that's awesome.
Which we just got.
We just got that. There are 2 main mechanics that we're going to be using to be able to finish the palette in its entirety. One is those double chips that you just saw, and the other one is the vending machine, which we'll talk more about once we actually find one that we're going to go to.
It's basically just gambling.
It's literally just
It's just gambling.
I'm going to roll just a couple times here. Great, we got it. Okay, so these 2 chips are actually the most dangerous of the entire run, which is very funny. Like, we're trying to get the leaves on our peach, which the lucky chips are not in our bias colors. So obviously they have the least chance of showing up. It's possible the game could decide to just make them not show up at all. So the game was nice to us for our first one. We'll see if it is nice again for the second one. And I cannot believe we have played like 3 or like 4 zone stages so far.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
The nice thing is that these stages are like pretty good on money resources, which is something we need like essentially all we can get. Like, we're trying to pick stages for their resource value first, because one thing we're able to do is, if you saw, we spend membucks, which is the currency we get from clearing these floors, and we can use that to reset the floor selection that we have. That is necessary because we're trying to roll for specific colors, so we need to give ourselves the most rolls we can get.
We're safe.
That's really, this is really good right now. So we've got the leaves on our peach. Now we're gonna go back to the background. The stage is like fun. It's like, it's such a short stage if you do it right. Come here. Oh, you're going that way. Oh no.
Oh.
Just stand there.
Oh no.
You're not cooperating, huh?
No.
Parentheses, if you do it right.
Good enough.
Good enough. Let's see. The 6th floor. We need blue. Those are not blue. That's blue. Okay. Whoa, a new type of stage.
Whoa. The ball.
The infinity ball stages. Our goal here is simply to get the ball into the goal. Could someone talk about Octo expansion and, you know, some context here?
God, okay, so in Octo expansion, ball stages were like notorious for being like really annoying because you could just drop the ball off the stage and that would kill you. But in side order, there's no way for to do that. They're like stuck in a boundary, so they're a lot, like they're nicer in this game, but there's also like those big fish guys that like to bump them around and that can get annoying sometimes.
The gravity,
we got a
is
PV
also
on
a
that
little
stage.
different.
Mm-hmm.
We finish our first row of the palette. So if you do some math, so the palette is a 9x4 grid, so that means we have 36 squares to collect. Each floor, by default, would give us 1 square. There are 3 floors that are going to be bosses, so if you subtract 30 by 3, you get 27. And you'll notice that 27 is not equal to 36. It in fact only gives us 3 rows of the palette by default. So how do we get the last row of the palette? Well, the first thing that we need is those double chips. We got a double chip earlier for the range palette, for those 2 range chips on our peach. But we're gonna need something a little better than that. There's a mechanic in this game called the vending machine, which is essentially just like a relaxation floor where you can just like buy color chips and just like buy color chips, like special weapons, like change your kit in some ways. Those are going to be integral to this run because what we need is to essentially go to them and they'll allow you to buy more than 1 chip at a time. You can buy up to 3 of a single chip for like the given slot, which will allow us to essentially like get a ton of chips and like progress through the palette and potentially even complete it all if the game is nice enough.
It will be.
And this is our first portal stage. All we have to do is destroy the portals. It destroys enemies. We like these stages because they're very simple. They're like, it's very chill. A note about the Stringer itself. I wouldn't really classify it as like the best main weapon.
Yeah.
As far as main weapons go, like we love the Charger. The Charger is the greatest of all time. We don't want to do that boss. That boss is slow. That's fine. So the Stringer is weird because it falls into this niche where it's, if you just collect like the mobility chips by themselves, it doesn't really build anything that makes the Stringer like great.
It kind of feels like they just picked the mobility chips because Shivers blew.
Like it's one of the weird cases. So we're going to need something like, we want some aspect to like actually complement the build that we're making. For the mobility chips, this tends to be, you'll see there's like chips that are called Rush Attack and Rush Knockback, which those will be great if we can get a different special weapon called the Ultra Stamp. That will absolutely shred, and if we can have that for the final boss, that would be wonderful. That saves us a lot of time. It'll be great. If we don't get that, there's a couple other options. We could get Squid Attack, which gives us an ability which will essentially allow us to just turn this like squid roll that we have, which was introduced in Splatoon 3. We can turn that into an actual attack, which does a good amount of damage and like would help supplement the Stringer's abilities. Because like by default, the Stringer's just not going to get much.
Why is it?
That was our first boss.
Why is it called Squid Attack if you play as an Octoling in this
That's
mode?
a great question. Why did they do that?
Very strange.
And Pearl is incredibly incredible.
Okay, Marina.
Okay.
Okay.
This is our first vending machine. We have $2,500 here, with which we hope we need a mobility chip first. And if we can get that out of the way, then we're hoping to get a bunch of range chips. Let's see what we get. There's our mobility chip. Okay, we're going to re-roll.
Gambling.
See if we can get the range. Not quite. One more time.
Surely.
No, I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to leave our resources. That's fine. We got one chip. We're still like essentially equivalent with what we have. That's okay. Typically, like you'll see this palette like goes kind of slow as we start, but like the further we get in, we're just going to like start getting a whole bunch of chips in like the final like ending part. All right, someone needs to ramble about something.
Oh, yeah, so...
This stage is awful.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
Can I say something else about the Stringer? Because this stage in particular makes me think, yeah, the Infinity Balls are particularly quite sensitive to Stringer shots since it's 3 bullets. And on this stage, one time I was playing it, completely unintentionally, I shot it and it hit the ceiling.
Wait, what? Oh.
Oh,
I thought it went in.
Oh no.
Oh. That happens to me a lot too.
Come on. But you'll notice I'm like hitting this ball very lightly because like if I hit it with like a fully charged shot, it's just going to like fly everywhere.
Yeah.
Such as on the ceiling.
Okay. Okay, stay here. Great. Wonderful. Some other aspects of this game, some like things that I tend to do. I am finding essentially like every possible way to like play this mode because like it's so fun. I like doing a bunch of like absurd challenge runs. Just to like name an example, like, whoa, don't use my main weapon. I don't think I can like do that. As you'll notice, this kit doesn't really have a way to not use my main weapon. So we're not getting that bonus. We didn't even talk about bonuses. Actually, wait, can someone talk about bonuses?
I can talk about bonuses. So occasionally, there are 3 floors you can select, and sometimes they will have a bonus, which will either be a small extra challenge, which you can do to get extra mem bucks, or it will be a palette saturation, where all of the unfilled slots in your palette will be replaced with a certain color of chip. Like, for example, a power saturation would be all red chips, and you would get those abilities temporarily for the floor. There are also danger conditions, which are negative modifiers that, well, make it harder for you to play, such as stronger enemies, What's another one?
It can make
Lights
like the
out.
floor lights out, so you just like can't really see.
It can cover the floor in like enemy ink. It can chain up Pearl Drone so she can't help you.
Which not really as relevant for this one.
Yeah,
if
there's
if Pearl can do something in this run, that kind of means that we've messed up in some way. But
Yeah.
But it still screws up the muscle memory because gliding is useful.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mentioned this the last time I commentated a side order run for Yoshi that not long after side order came out, I was trying to glide in salmon runs so many times.
Yeah, I think we were all doing that.
Yeah. Like there's still fish. Why can't I glide anymore?
Yeah, they're just salmonid skeletons. They're shinies.
Wow. See, that's just a stinger over there.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? For the benefit of the audience, in case there's anyone who's not that familiar with Splatoon, can you tell them about the parts of the game that aren't side order?
Ooh. Like what parts?
The other parts.
Like fishing?
Fishing?
Whatever you want.
Okay. I'm talking about fish. So there's like I talked about this like when side order came out that like playing a lot of Salmon Run did help with side order because in Salmon Run there's all like aside from the fact that they're both fish, they do like there's like swarms and swarms. You need to like keep moving and stuff, and like movement is like very helpful in like both situations. And the comment I made about a stinger, I forgot what those guys are called. Like the in side order.
Towering Noblemente.
Yes, those guys. Stingers and Salmon Run are like very similar because you know they're like stacked up on a bunch of pots and they like fire something at you, so that their looks are like pretty similar. I don't know.
The stingers, as the name implied, are based off of the Stingray special in Splatoon 2, whereas the Towering Noblementes are more akin to a charger main weapon. Kind of similar to the Octo Snipers in story mode.
I still find it funny how the Stingers get to keep their weapon, but we don't get Stingray. Like, not that I want it back. I do not want Stingray back in the game, but it's just funny.
I don't think any of us do.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll see Stingray later.
Oh, we will.
Oh yeah, we will.
That's a cheap floor. Come on.
Wow.
More than that.
It's okay. The bonus will be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're approaching the end of our second row for our peach.
Or
That's
not.
that's a saturation.
You normally
not a bump.
don't want to get saturations during this run because if you do, you don't get the extra membucks for doing the bonus challenge.
Yep, and we need all the membucks we can get because more membucks means more resets, means more chances to get chips we want.
More money equals more gambling. Woo.
We need. Let's go gambling.
Let's go
go
gambling.
Go gambling.
I could faintly hear you in the audience, but I can't understand you. Sorry.
Okay, second row down, 2 to go.
Halfway there.
Let's go. It's been a lot of zones.
A lot of zones. You know, if this was an actual speedrun, you would be very unhappy with the amount of zones.
Oh, yeah.
Which, I mean, if it was an actual speedrun that was not, like, trying to, like, do this pretty palette, then, I mean, we just wouldn't be picking zones, because zones are slow. We can't make them faster. They're just going to tick down until they're done. So we're kind of just stuck to the fastest you can make them is to not let them take the zone at any point and to take the zone as fast as possible. That's all the optimization you can do.
Yup.
Like, the ideal stages we want to be playing are, like, Infinity Ball. We want to be playing Portal stages. We want to be playing Fleeing stages where the enemies are, like, running away. Those are the ones we want to see. Zones and Powers are stages we, like, despise. They're
There's
taking our
no
time.
real way to make those go
They're-
by faster.
Yeah.
Effectively auto-scroll.
Oh, wait, I have Squid Attack. Hey, you see
Oh.
this thing that's, like, this really big, like, hitbox-looking thing? That's an attack now. That will be very helpful for us, especially as we're getting into the last set of floors where the stringer is going to, like, lose its grip and, like, not be as effective. That's great. So there's 4 difficulties of floors. I don't remember, like, the first few. Is it just easy?
Easy, normal, hard,
Easy, normal,
rigorous.
hard, rigorous. Yeah. So, like, obviously, the harder to stage, the more resources we get. So these rigorous stages are like really great. They'll show up more over like the course of a floor set. There's like specific like preset levels of minimum difficulties for like each like floor slot in a given like floor. And so like over time, the floors will become harder for a given floor set until you get to like the end where it's going to be mostly just like hard and rigorous stages, which is great because that's what's going to give us the most money. The vending machine that we're going to get after the next boss, which is on floor 21, is going to be a pretty important one. The one on 21 and the one on 25 are like the big deciders of like how far we're going to get. And we are going to hope that they are going to be nice.
Surely. Nothing will ever go wrong.
And, you know, I talk about how, you know, we don't like zones or towers. And, you know, we went from a zone into a tower.
The game can hear us. It's just giving
We just
us
want
the
to show
funniest
off
option.
as much of side order as we possibly can.
Yeah, no other reason.
Yeah, another thing about side order is that the more you play it, you get hacks that pretty much just make your life easier, such as give you more life, increase your defense, all that. Which is why when she was in the middle of all those fish, had she not had those upgrades, she probably would have been dead instantly. But since
yeah.
we've got pretty much
Yeah.
all the buffs, she can pretty much just do that without worry.
Yeah, like you can play runs with low hacks. They're very dangerous. Like it's very risky, especially for something like a marathon setting, which is why I'm like iffy on such a thing. People who do like any % runs as like you're starting from a fresh file, I have to respect, because those runs are so scary. If you die once, you just lose your run. Like you have to be very confident in yourself to be able to do that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we like these because like they're very like chill. Like we can die, but like it doesn't matter that much. At most, it's going to lose us a couple resources because like we'll have to buy a life back at a vending machine. This is asynchronous rondo. It's like a big tower.
I built this thing in Minecraft.
This is true.
It's true. They did.
Also, fun fact, you only have to defeat the ones with lights on them.
It's true. That's why
That's
I'm
also
defeating the ones
true.
with the lights on.
Oh,
Hey, look, the
Where
stingray.
are you?
Wow, there's
Where's
a
the top
stingray.
of that? Here.
oh,
Ow.
oh.
Hey, no dying.
You don't want that to happen.
Oh!
Oh my god, they wanted you.
Hey, look, there we go. We lost a life. I just had to show what would happen if you die.
See, that's what you don't want to do.
Don't do that. Hot tip.
Don't die. It's bad.
Here's a hot tip. Remember to be good at the video game.
Are you calling her bad?
No.
Why would you do such a
It's for the audience, okay?
Oh, okay. Okay,
You're
okay.
calling her bad for the audience?
No.
Oh, wow. I can't believe this. Come on.
There we
Okay.
go.
Okay.
There. A fun thing you can actually do here, like, if you get hit by the enemies, like, right as you, like, finished off the boss, you can, like, get knocked up in the air with, like, the armor jump, and it allows you to grab the key faster.
I've seen it happen before in like another friend's speedrun. It was pretty cool.
Okay. We've reached
Alright.
floor 21.
Time lost from them
The
flirting.
dastardly time. All of our vending machines have occurred at, like, essentially the most inoptimal time they could, where there's a single chip of a color and then a bunch of chips of another color. But maybe the vending machine will give us both blue and orange at the same time.
Well, first we got.
Okay, well, we got the
life.
blue.
Yeah.
We got our life back. Now we want orange.
Orange.
Orange,
Watch this.
orange.
Gambling. Oh,
That is
Oh,
perfect. Okay, we get to buy like 4 chips
Nice.
here. Okay, so we can't actually buy the blue because we need one more range first. I'll reset one more time. That's okay. That's a great start.
Woo. Let's go.
So we're like halfway through our 3rd row. We need one more for our 3rd layer of our peach. Great.
And there's
Another
other
zone.
zones.
My gosh.
Like I swear the game can like hear us sometimes. It just picks like the funniest thing.
I believe it.
Hey,
I mean-
game, can you give me the sushi title?
Can you give me the Moz title?
Can you give me the Splatoon wiper user title? Please, it's been 2 years.
No.
Mr. Grizz, can you also pay me more than like $2 per shift?
Oh my god, please. I want swap for cash back.
Okay, so these are the floors where you're actually probably going to see the stringer struggle a lot. You can already see not going the best as now. Suddenly the enemies are very dangerous here. It's very hard to like keep everything in check with this weak stringer. In particular, there's the enemy, the drizzling capriciosos, as they're called, which like get over your zone, and once they're over your zone, you are not. They're going to like make sure that zone is not capped for you.
They are awful.
They are bad.
I hate them.
We don't like them.
Very annoying.
We don't like this fish.
They all have fun names. Which one's your favorite?
I can't even pronounce any of them, I can't lie.
Describe them then.
Oh. I don't think I pick a favorite fish from like this game mode. I have a favorite fish, but that's in Salmon Run.
Okay, name your favorite salmon run.
Mars!
Yay!
Also, you may be wondering what just happened there, why all the fish just disappeared. Whenever you kill one of them, there's a chance they will drop a disc piece. And if you pick up 3 disc pieces, the Pearl Drone activates an ability that basically just knocks all the fish away and disables the spawners temporarily.
It's very cool.
It's really helpful.
I've got a little Pearl Drone plush keychain that I've seen I've seen a lot of other people at this con with this.
I have one too, but not on me.
I'm so happy. It's a portal stage.
Oh my god.
It's not
a
It's
zone.
not a zone. It's not a tower stage. We get a portal.
For once.
Which, as long as we can get to the portals, like, the stringer is very good at destroying portals once it's on them, but, like,
And also as long as there's not like 5 billion.
yeah,
fish
Yeah.
in the way.
You have to be there first.
The fish like tend to get in the way just a little bit.
They're getting in the way a tiny bit.
Just a little bit.
Especially, like, our kit in
Like
general,
that.
just not the best. Like, the Toxic Mist, it's Like, I don't really use it except for in the fleeing stages because it's just useful to get the fleeing enemies to just stop moving. And, like, the killer whale, it just runs into the problem of, like, it'll target whatever it wants. And if you're playing Salmon Run,
Oh yeah.
it targets whatever it wants.
Usually Moz.
Everything but the fly fish you're trying
Anything
to
but what you really want. So, the components of our kit are not very synergistic, which makes it fun because, like, you know, we've got hard tools to work with, and we got to make them work anyway. Unlike, you know, if you're playing Marie's palette, you get, like, the greatest things in the
Yeah.
game. You get triple ink strike, which is, like, an incredible special in this mode.
That's a double blue we can take, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically we just have to hope that we get a vending machine on the later
Yeah,
floors,
we
because that was the
will-
last guaranteed one.
Yeah, we're going to be rolling for vending machines. But we've got a lot of money to work with, so
Oh my god.
as long as one shows up, that's,
Oh, there's a danger. I
that's the
didn't notice
beautiful
that.
part.
Okay.
Another zone. We'll see if they can take this zone.
Yeah,
You
so
can see stronger gelatins like makes them like very aggroed very quickly. They're moving around very fast. The little ones are going to be super speedy. And I interrupted you saying that. But you
Yeah,
may
I
continue.
was gonna say the same thing.
And also, Arpeggio Barrage means you are constantly being targeted by little guys that explode.
Yep.
We love little guys.
Yeah, so
Just
this
little
this
guys.
combination of dangers on a run where you don't have a bunch of hacks is just, oh god.
Yeah.
This is one of the worst combinations of dangers, if not the worst.
Honestly,
Depending
pretty
on
fine.
depending on like
Timing.
what palette you're using, because if you're using,
Yeah.
if you're like doing like a drone build palette and you get no drone on a later floor, then
You're basically
that'd be
you're
worse.
basically down to nothing.
Yeah.
You basically lose.
Okay.
Okay.
What I would love to see is just
Oh.
that. Off it like this.
Oh.
I'm gonna take the vending machine anyway.
Let's go
I feel like we need
gambling.
one right now.
Gambling.
Let's go gambling.
We're on our last row. We need as many chips as we can. We have to at least finish the peach. We must. All right, there's 2.
I can't stop winning.
Okay.
Okay. We need orange.
Orange.
Show us orange.
Orange.
No?
That's blue.
Orange.
That's
Yes!
orange. Let's
That's
go.
perfect.
Okay.
Oh my
We are
God.
finishing this palette.
Oh my
We are
God.
finishing this palette. We have one chip left. That is how
Wow.
good that was.
Nice.
This exact thing happened in the Flame Fatales run too, where we just got like the perfect vending machine at the end. Look
And
at
there
that.
it is.
There it is.
That's the palette.
That is our peach. So we completed our goal, but you know, we gotta get to the top. I
Yeah.
mean, like, you know, if you're doing okay, so I guess I should give some a little more context to the palette art runs, why they existed, their history. So the most well-known of them would be the sus % run, where you are making an Among Us crewmate on your palette. And so that was like the category that essentially like popularized the concept and as like a meme thing and like the category extensions. And like a lot of people did those runs. I think those are very funny to do. So in those runs, typically like the timing would end like when you finish the palette. But I think that's boring. I think we gotta see smallest. We gotta see high.
I gotta see the baby.
They gotta see our peach. We work so hard. Yeah, it's so pretty. And it's not an orange, it's a peach.
The peach.
I promise.
It
We're
looks
in
like
Georgia, not Florida.
it looks like the one in the MomoCon logo.
Yeah,
the one in the MomoCon
it's
logo
in
is
the
orange,
logo,
so
all right?
it works.
Pixel for pixel. Our pixels are just very big. Oh my god. Be nice. Thank you, Squid Attack.
Yay. A squid attack while you're not a squid.
You can really feel how like the intensity of these stages is up like dramatically from like the prior ones. Oh yeah, and now that we finished the palette, I just get to pick stages by what's fastest. I just get to actually have fun. I get to speedrun in the speedrun.
Wow.
And when your palette is full, instead of getting like, you can't get more chips because it's full. You get pearls, which is like another form of currency.
It's the meta progression of side order. Like
And then
that-
eventually a gambling currency.
Yeah.
it's what you use to buy the hacks, which can make your runs easier.
As
then
well
it-
as items from Cypher's shop. And then once you buy everything from Cypher, it's pretty much just pay 100 a day to get an item.
Yep. Similar
And
to the
sometimes-
shell drone.
And sometimes it's drink tickets, which I don't need because I'm maxed out on pretty much all.
Yeah.
Another
Wait, no. Cruel Sisyphean was there. That would have been so funny.
I don't want-
Oh,
Cool.
maybe
But it
not.
would've been
We've
so
had
funny.
enough zone stages.
Oh, come on.
But it would have been the perfect finale to the zone stages. It's like the final boss of the zone stages.
It would have been funny, but ooh.
In case you're wondering, the floor we're talking about is, well, the name is pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
It's cruel. It's Sisyphean.
We don't like that stage.
We don't like it.
Don't like it.
There's honestly a stage I don't like even more, which is like the blockade one.
Oh, that one sucked.
That one can be really bad for the
That,
specific.
that one killed one of my first runs.
We've made it to the top floor.
Time.
So
Oh, yeah,
time
but
will
we-
be coming up.
we have Smallest here with us.
I don't know if I picked
Oh my gosh,
up,
it's
but-
smallest.
I heard the squeak.
Oh, good. It's the baby.
Time will be coming up here. This boss is 3 phases. Once the 3rd phase is done, that will be time.
There it is.
So here's Smallest.
Goodbye.
Oh,
And now there's Overlorder. So in this, it's essentially, you know, it's this. We've got portals. They spawn enemies. We destroy the portals. We fight smallest. This is a lot more menacing on your first run. Now it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
all silly.
Just silly.
We're just having a great time
having
now.
fun and playing.
We're playing toys.
Just playing toys.
Playing toys.
I like to play and
That's
draw.
phase 1.
Never. Never give up.
Never give up.
Never back down, never what?
Okay, well, now that we're at this end part, I guess we can do, like, final shout-outs. So, if any of you want to shout out something, I'd rather you guys go first.
You should play Tunic. It's really cool. Don't look anything up.
Don't look anything up. Just play it.
Shout out to this Trapinch who was here for her PAX 2024 Octo expansion run.
We love Trapinch. This run is Trapinch certified.
Hell yeah.
True. Shout out to Pearl and Marina.
Hell yeah.
True.
And their baby.
Got the shirt.
Okay, final phase. Well, I'm EpicYoshiMaster. I'm EpicYoshiMaster on like every platform. I love doing marathons like this. You know, it was fun to be here with my friends, having a great time, getting to just play one of my favorite games. It's great. I couldn't ask for anything better.
Stingray is not
Hey,
great.
don't.
Stingray's not.
Don't ruin the
no.
moment, small.
Don't ruin our moment. We're having a nice moment here.
I gave it a shout out. Why is it mad?
Okay. Last portal.
Yay.
Okay. Time will be coming up. Once we beat this phase, right here. Slowly, because we have a stringer.
Yeah.
Come
We had
on.
Ultra Stamp, it'll be a lot faster.
Oh, yeah.
And
Any second.
time.
There we go. Yay.
Now we gotta see
You guys see the baby.
our beautiful creation. Not this. This is not our beautiful creation. That's just
That's
mine.
so mean.
It's beautiful, okay?
Smallest
we love
is
small.
It's a beautiful baby.
Be nice.
But
to
anyway,
it.
our peach.
Yay.
A fine work of art crafted just for you here today on the MomoCon stage. I hope you all enjoy the taste of this peach in its digital pixely form.
Crunchy.
Well, I think that'll be it from us. Thank you all so much for having us, and stick around. We've got more great runs. See y'all.